my name is Adam from the team here at Parabola, and in this video we'll be looking at a PO management workflow similar to those built by teams like Vuori and Volcom, really focused on the three-way match process between our purchase order, delivery receipt, and invoice from a supplier. Now, we see tons of brands with terribly manual processes for this, doing not only this reconciliation, but also tracking the status of purchase orders across their vendor network. So in this workflow, what we'll be looking at is ultimately how we would create a dashboard where we not only can report on discrepancies across, for instance, POs and invoices, but also create a really custom dashboard to show us different vendor KPIs like average days to receipt that we also can see in a graph here, as well as order versus receive discrepancies by vendor. So for instance, we can really easily see that Globex not only has the longest lead time, but they also are most consistently over delivering on certain SKU placements that we order. Now, in this workflow, we're getting started first by doing exactly what you would do manually, which is gathering all of this data from all of the different places it exists. That might be your ERP, WMS, Google Sheets. We can even pull in data from an email and PDFs. So for instance, maybe we receive an invoice, and in Parabola, we can actually use AI to extract the most important information from that PDF, whether it's structured or super unstructured, and translate it into a really nice, easy to read table here. Once we have pulled in data from all of our different sources, we then can do basically exactly what you do in a spreadsheet, which might be clean that data, combine it across sources. Instead of a VLOOKUP in Parabola, we'll use a combined table step where we're saying, hey, we want to join this data together, where we have a matching PO number and SKU. And once we've done a lot of those transformations, we also can start to leverage AI and not just replicate your existing process, but rather up-level it and find new opportunities to integrate AI into the process. So in this example, we're using one of Parabola's AI steps to standardize our vendor information. So for instance, if in our vendor column, sometimes we have XYZ, sometimes we have XYZ Enterprises, sometimes we have ABC Corp, sometimes we have ABC Corporation, we can create a new standardized vendor column here based on custom rules to make sure that all of our data is clean every single time. Now, once we've done some of those transformations, we've applied some if-else logic to, for instance, figure out where discrepancies exist, then ultimately we can action on that data and send it wherever it needs to go. In this example, that might be creating a vendor dashboard like the one that we were looking at earlier, or you could also trigger email or Slack notifications to the team to make them aware of delayed POs or discrepancies, but really ultimately built to be custom to your process since every PO process is so unique. To test this out for yourself, feel free to sign up for a free 2-week trial of Parabola and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.